In earnings calls this week, Meta and Amazon executives collectively referenced efficiency 15 times. Ovid's core argument: the tech giants are presenting their layoffs as necessary preparation for an AI infrastructure that requires fewer humans. But when you look at the actual employment data, the story doesn't hold up. This post's key data point: tech giants' combined capex will exceed $700 billion this year, almost all of it AI related. That spending is so enormous that it creates pressure on everything else, including headcount. Which is true. Ovid writes that AI may be killing jobs, not through its labor-saving wizardry, but by increasing spending so much that CEOs are pressured to find savings, giving them cover to consciously uncouple from their workforces. Now, the phrase consciously uncouple from their workforces, I think is a deliberate, sharp choice of words there. She quotes Mark Andreessen, who sits on Meta's own board of directors. And he said, quote, "The hiring binge that companies went on in COVID was just wild. Essentially, every large company is overstaffed." And then he said, "And now they all have the silver bullet excuse. It's AI." So some very fair points here that I think are being made in this argument, in this post. And now, to Mark Andreessen's point, we can use AI as the excuse for now for why we need to trim and get back to the size of organization that we actually need without all the overhiring. We're having to spend so much money in the technology, in the tools, in the tokens, on the infrastructure that we can't afford to do that and also have as many people here. So it's a different narrative than letting people go because AI is actually taking their jobs. He said, quote, "Almost every company that does layoffs is blaming AI, whether or not it really is about AI." And this, of course, is now the concept being called AI washing. Companies basically overstating AI's role in their workforce decisions to appear more sophisticated to investors. According to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, AI has been cited as a factor in roughly 27,600 job cuts so far in 2026, about 13% of all planned cuts. But it also means that 87% of planned job cuts this year have nothing to do with AI as a stated reason. It happens every time a major economic disruption hits the business world with a period of prior excess. And so the pattern is usually you get this boom, companies overhire, they overinvest, they overextend, the conditions then change, interest rates rise, growth slows, money is no longer free, investor expectations reset, things become more expensive, and then companies have to correct.